Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for the OPTC video. In today's video, we're diving into some PvP with the new and improved Int team. And man, Int is just getting better and better and better. We've had some serious buffs to Int with stuff like Sabo for New Year's. We had Orion Yamato last year for the One Piece Day celebration. Obviously, we had Blackbeard from the Versalore and Blackbeard character as well. But now we have an absolute juggernaut that is Roger Rayleigh Gaban. And Roger Rayleigh Gaban work exceptionally well over here on a Int-based team. You can do some fun stuff with strikers as well. I already have done a video with the 11th anniversary characters with a predominant striker team, but I feel like Int is basically where they're going to shine, and Int is definitely back, and it's back with a vengeance. This particular character is so ridiculously strong in PvP. They do a shitload of damage. They have a death shot special, just like Yamato does, which we will definitely showcase in the later part. I wanted to sort of include a little bit of content with Luffy, and we might include a fight with Blackbeard, but I feel like Luffy and Blackbeard are definitely starting to fall off when it comes to the Int-based team. So shout out to Itachi. The man is on PvP. He's onto it before anyone else, and he's been saying, look, Int Luffy's fallen off months ago, and he's been saying Blackbeard's fallen off a couple months prior to now, and look, I'm starting to see it with the release of the 6+ waifus and how powerful they are on not only the Free Spirit team, but the Int team. S-Hawk just absolutely holding a candle. The Roger Rayleigh Gaban unit being a slasher unit as well, so S-Hawk is just getting absolute monstrous buffs to Roger Rayleigh Gaban. You could just do some absolutely demonic-based things. But as you can see here, we tore through the Driven Powerhouse Pika challenge fight. This particular fight needs damage output, so running like Blackbeard against this fight, it's just not the wave. You can definitely get it done with Blackbeard, but like it just doesn't work that well. So bringing a character like Sabo with his cooldown reduction, his haste ability, all of that fun stuff is just really, really powerful. And plus, Sabo does a lot of damage output as well. But Luffy, like I said, his damage output's nice. Forced out's kind of mid because obviously it just only hits Free Spirit characters. But their Yamato unit just functions a lot nicer, in my opinion, but it also depends on your investments and stuff like that too. So the core here is going to be Roger Rayleigh Gaban, the waifus, and S-Hawk, and then your last two units can either be like Luffy and Blackbeard with the powerhouse bench, could be Sabo and Luffy, could be Sabo Yamato, could be Yamato and Luffy, but really it's up to you guys, whatever you're kind of going up against. But Roger Rayleigh Gaban, they're the focal point of the video. They are disgustingly strong. They give level 3 CD to Int and striker characters. They also give a bunch of buffs as well. They give blowback, attack buff. Alright, so moving on to some Blackbeard content now. Blackbeard is the king of devouring slashers. So whenever you see like slasher-based team, running the Luffy Blackbeard combination is going to work the best for Int-based units. Now Blackbeard, like I said, he's kind of fallen off a little bit. Having to run a bunch of powerhouse characters does make it a little bit challenging. Luffy obviously fits that bill, and you can just build the rest as the bench as powerhouse, which is what I've done here with the Giants and Kuma. But like I said, having that is a little bit wonky, and sort of not having Sabo with his cooldown reductions and haste and all that fun stuff that he provides and all the extra damage that he can bring too just can make the team just a little bit more wonky than it needs to be. And like I said, the forced out from Luffy is something that is missing. But slashers, they have a lot of Free Spirit characters. Blackbeard's nerfing capabilities for slashers works so damn well, and it's definitely a character you want to bring if you are building sort of an in-base team against some of these bigger slasher teams. And this is a 150 Roger Rayleigh Gaban as well, so that's always fun. If you see that super special pop off with a 150 Roger Rayleigh Gaban, it's always going to be a lot of damage that does disgusting things like half stats, instant heal, all that fun stuff too. But Roger Rayleigh Gaban is pretty much a middle-based character on the Int team, not the true unit one that you guys see on the Slasher team. But they're basically a middle-based character, even though you do have shields with stuff like Sabo and Luffy and the waifus. And on top of that, you want Yamato to die so she gets her auto proc off too. But the Roger Rayleigh Gaban unit has a part of their special where they buff Roger pirates, and they get a level 5 attack buff, defense buff, speed buff, pretty much every single buff they get level 5 off. The problem is they are literally the only Roger pirate that you can fit on the team. The only other characters that work are other Roger pirates from that generation, which is like Roger Newgate, Anniversary Roger, those types of characters. But obviously you can't bring another Roger because you have this particular Roger. Another unit like Rayleigh Gaban could work on the team, but again, you can't because you've got Roger Rayleigh Gaban. So in the future, we'll probably see a lot more Roger Pirates, which will sort of make the team function a little bit nicer. But at the same time, like the Int team right now is just doing absolute work against some of the bigger teams in the game, and it pretty much has a counter for a lot of different things. As you can see here, Blackbeard going up against Slashers is great. You can use him for his nerfing capabilities. Go up against Free Spirit. Luffy can use Forced Out, which is really, really good. So Free Spirit are a little bit cheeky in the sense that they can Special Bind, Special Reverse, Confuse. They basically have everything at their disposal. But Luffy can obviously use the force down mechanic, which helps you guys take them down pretty easily. Well, not so easily. Alright, so it is PvP Championship at the moment, so we can spend a few gems on Championship and take on some actual teams. I managed to find another Striker variant of the new characters, so I thought taking that on would be a lot of fun. And seeing how we go up against, like, the new Rock Pirates, the Shield, all those types of characters too. So, look man, Ints are just so good. This time we're going to be bringing Yamato and Sabo. The Yamato-Sabo combination works really, really well against teams where you need to go a little bit faster. The haste that Sabo gives is really, really strong. And the Yamato nerfing capabilities just allow that second shot of Roger Elegant to actually work, not through defense, but with a lower defensive capability. There's not a lot of int characters that can halve stats that kind of work predominantly on int. Obviously you have the sword donnies, but they're kind of like striker centric and they work really well on their striker team, but you don't really have a way of getting around the defensive capabilities that some other teams have, besides actually lowering defense. And Yamato can lower defense by level 15, which is massive. If you get her special off and then she dies, she goes again, you just lowering the defense by level 30 is just absolutely disgusting. And then you can obviously auto kill something too with her death shot as well. As you can see there, we just tore through that lineup. Super easy, super fast, super fun. So I think moving forward, the Yamato Sabo combination with the new Waifu 6+, the S-Hawk and Roger Elegant combination is probably going to be the way to go. You have so much damage through defense. S-Hawk is hitting 3 units so ridiculously hard. Roger Elegant hitting all enemies for 1.5 times their attack through defense is super strong too. You have confusion tactics, you have nerfing, you have haste, damage through defense, and so you pretty much have it all with this particular team. But obviously some of the more bulkier teams are going to make it a little bit more challenging to sort of tear through them super, super fast. The confusion tactic from the waifus, it helps out so much. And if you get Sabo's haste to hit them very early, hitting the confusion off within that first sort of 30 seconds is ridiculously strong. Like, you just stop so many powerful specials from coming your way, and then you don't have to worry about too much taking you out before you have a chance to actually pop off a Roger Elegant special. You really want Roger Elegant to at least use their special once, so then that way when you get the auto proc on death, you're just hitting so ridiculously hard. It's very reminiscent of Garp and the Galaxy Impact, and how much damage Garp's doing. Garp at 150 just absolutely tears through characters' lineups. Like, it's absolutely wild how much damage that guy can do. And this Roger Elegant for myself is only level 120. I did manage to actually pull a bunch of copies, so we did get them up with Max Rainbow. I did put a poster in to get them to 120. I will Limber Break expand them as well, just obviously for more damage, because they are a demolishing damage-based unit that just gives ridiculous buffs, not only to their team, but to themselves. So you really want to make sure that they're in the middle there, because that Roger Pirate buff that they get is just absolutely phenomenal. So as you see, we actually went up against Free Spirit, who have a lot of revives. They have a lot of shenanigans with Roger Elegant, with the Strength Luffy. So we managed to sort of take them out nice and swiftly, nice and smoothly, and just, yeah, the damage output we have is crazy. Like, Sabo's damage to defense even as well is just, it's so nice. And then his level 5 cooldown reduction that he can give too is really, really strong. So that's always a really, really good thing too. So everyone should have the Waifu 6+ as well now, which is just one of the most ridiculous 6+s for PvP. The amount of confusion and shield stats, all that fun stuff that they give is just ridiculous. And their super special is just absolutely phenomenal as well. At the addition of the super special just makes them so disgusting over on not only the Free Spirit team, but the Int team as well. So that's not only the Int team, but the Free Spirit team as well. So getting through the Free Spirit lineup, absolute cakewalk. Well, not a cakewalk, but works really, really well. And obviously, as soon as like characters like Yamato die, you have that death proc. You can sort of take out units as well, which just works absolutely fantastic. Alright, so we're going to wrap it up with one of the bigger teams in the game, and that is the Shooter team. Shooters are so ridiculously fast. They hit so damn hard. They have so much cooldown reduction. They have damage over time, and they just go absolutely ballistic. But Roger Elegant is probably the best unit to counter them. On top of that, you have Yamato, who also has a death proc. So fantastic 2 units that can kind of just go, hey, you want to throw out so much damage early, you want to kill us early, well, we can throw it back at you because you have very low HP. And they just can't really stand up against the amount of damage output that not only Yamato that can provide with the 7,500 fixed damage, but Roger Elegant and that 1.5 that goes through defense. And this fight like showcases it absolutely perfectly, because we actually lose both our Yamato and our Roger Elegant super early, super fast to the Lulu. special. Lulu obviously hits so ridiculously hard. This Lulu is 150 as well, so this shot is just absolutely phenomenal, like 10k through defense. Killed both Roger Elegant and Yamato. The double shot went to both of them, which was perfect. We get the shot from Roger Elegant that goes through defense. So much damage. Take out a unit with the 7,500. Unfortunately, we didn't kill the Lulu there with the 7,500, and our death shot hit Usopp Lilith, who is 30% resistance to Cerebral, so they're not actually going to die from a character like that, and that's obviously the huge downside to Yamato, but we've spoken about Yamato at length when it comes to that particular problem. The thing about Roger Elegant is too, they can't be special bound as well, which is awesome. They can be confused. I don't know if they can be forced out. I don't think they can, but they can be half stats, which is like their huge downfall. Confusion, obviously stopping auto proc sucks. Half stats obviously weakens that too, so you just have to be very careful with what you're going up against before you just sort of start thinking, hey, if I die, then I'm going to be in a good spot. But as you can see there, it worked dividends against one of the best teams in the game. But let me know what you guys think of Int down below. They're definitely on the rise as one of the most versatile and powerful teams in the game, in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think down below. Way down there, like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.